So we find ourselves in Denmark playing against Aalborg BK. They have a pedigree in Europe. They've been in Europe at least 13, 14 occasions. Back in 2008, 2009, they managed to get to round 16 of the UEFA Cup. So we're going up against a team with a good pedigree in Europe. Also, they were formed in 1885, so they have a nice heritage, over 130 years old. Hopefully our lads would do themselves justice. We're playing on a very slick pitch because it's been raining for a good 5-6 hours. Hopefully that will work in our benefit. But our team is very experienced when it comes to the European scene. So hopefully we'll just do ourselves justice. Looking for a 0-0 draw. But who knows, a victory would be very, very much appreciated. And as we start off, we're awarded a free kick because of the physicality of the Danish striker there. But we pick up the ball with Benzir. Benzir knocks it out to Rodriguez. Rodriguez cuts inside, shapes to shoot, knocks the ball in. Oh my days, that was unbelievably close. A little bit reminiscent there of Ravel Morrison against West Bromwich Albion when he slotted the ball into the top corner from around about 20 yards. It was a fantastic goal. Adrian with a corner. Great fist out there by the Danish goalkeeper. Zaha with the shot. It's blocked. The ball falls to Adrian again with his samba sexy skills. Look at that Brazilian skills. Knocks it into Rodriguez. Rodriguez goes around the defender if he does not stand there. Shoots the ball hard and low into the bottom corner after 20 minutes. 1-0 West Ham. That was a sensational piece of skill there from Jess Rodriguez. Absolutely sensational. He absolutely mugged the defender there. Picks the ball up. A nice piece of skill. Look at that control. Look at that skill. Goes around the defender as if he wasn't even there. Slots the ball home. But straight away the Danish are back on the attack. A nice swung-in cross. Great header from our defensive lad. And Eduardo manages to clear the ball. The referee awards the corner to the Danish home team. The ball comes in and unfortunately they headed the ball wide, which is good for us. But the referee appears to think that it got a deflection. I slightly disagree. The ball comes back in again and again. Elliot Hewitt this time with a header away. There's a little bit of confusion in the box. They pick up the ball, but Rodriguez manages to get the ball out of play. And we continue with the Danes back on the attack. Nice ball over the top, but look at that. Great defending and solid defending again from the very young West Ham side. And we go in at half-time winning at 1-0. Aalborg are definitely applying the pressure. Definitely a well-disciplined team, making it hard for us. And they start off the second half in the same fashion, extremely up for the game. But Eduardo is getting well and truly in amongst it. Dives in a bit early there. Allows the Danes an opportunity to get forward. They cut into the box. And I'm not sure how he actually missed that. That was a golden opportunity. Perhaps the pressure got to him. Perhaps the pressure was all on his shoulders. But look at that from Kolka. How cultured can you get from a centre-back? The ball over his head. He does a nice piece of skill to keep the ball under control. And starts the play-off. It was fantastic. Lukaku has a great opportunity. He should really, really be sticking those away. And thankfully the game ends with West Ham winning 1-0, and that's a very, very important result. That is the away leg of the tie. The next time we'll be playing them is probably in about a week's time at home at Upton Park. That away goal could be very, 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 very important. And as you can see, we have a transfer offer from Bolton for Fabio. I'm not 100% sure if I want Fabio to go. If I do want Fabio to go, it's going to be for a decent fee. He's 5'11", and that's the one thing that worries me about him. As you saw in the previous episode, Gareth Bale has handed in a shock transfer request to Spurs. So I'm going to be audacious and put in a cheeky, very, very cheeky punt. I don't want to rub it into Levy. You know, I wouldn't want to do that, but I am going to put in a cheeky punt. You never know. You never know your luck. Bolton come back and say that we're a little bit out of the pricing them a little bit out of it with a 5.2 million valuation of Fabio. I feel he's definitely worth it. He is a tank player, to be fair. My only concern is the fact he's 5'11", but we'll see how he progresses. He's done extremely well on loan and he's grown magnificently so far. So hopefully he will settle into the team and force his way into the first team. As you can see, we're putting out a very, very strong team. Eduardo's getting a bit of a rest after his energetic performance away in Denmark, and we've drafted in Diami and Noble, as Casemiro is still out, unfortunately, with that ankle injury. But early doors, oh my days, John Guidetti, what an opportunity. He makes something out of nothing. He is fantastic. Filippo breaking down the right hand side, cuts into the box, goes for the cross to the back post, but doesn't get enough on it, and the Newcastle keeper manages to clear it up and keep the score at 0-0. But we join the play with Isco on the left-hand side, showing us the Spanish skills, knocking the ball forward into Benzir. Benzir cuts inside of his defender, shoots low and hard into the bottom corner after 31 minutes. Benzir gives West Ham a 1-0 lead against Newcastle, and that is again a cracking start to the game. West Ham are looking such a confident side at this moment in time. Benzir with the ball, knocks it into Filippo. Filippo turns the defender, feeds it into Isco. Isco surely should have scored there, but a world-class save from the Newcastle goalkeeper keeps the score at 1-0. Filippo's going to be taking the corner. We're looking to put this again round about the penalty spot. Pick out the big lads in there. Pick out Indy if he can. Ball comes across. Indy with the header. Oh my days. 2-0 after 36 minutes. And the movement from Indy there was absolutely world class. You can tell they've been working on that on the training ground. Look at the run he makes just at the back. Great run. Great power. Great finesse. He is such an elegant defender. And going in at half-time winning 2-0 is exactly what the boys wanted. Absolutely fantastic performance so far, playing really, really well, and the season is just getting better and better at this moment in time as we pick up the ball with Gudetti. He feeds it back into Benzir, and Benzir for once has a very, very sloppy first touch, but we pick up the ball with Diame, moving forward. He's played a cracking game, feeds the ball into Filippo, but it's a very, very poor ball. Newcastle catches on their counter-attack, ball over the top to Naismith. Naismith looking to get into the box. He puts a low ball in, and oh my days, Cabaye with the cheeky goal. Did he chip that, or did that come off Jack Butland? I can't tell until we see the replay. Great ball in there from Naismith, and oh yes, just came off the leg of Butland. Butland got to it, and it just looped in. That was very, very unfortunate for West Ham, and very lucky for Newcastle. But the final whistle goes. West Ham United 2, Newcastle United 1. That's back-to-back wins in the Premiership. That is, in fact, 4 wins. Unbelievable record at this moment in time. Spurs reject our offer, and how can you say he's a valuable player? Seriously, he's handing a transfer request. That's just like the biggest load of bullshit ever. Really, I just don't get that. I really just don't get that whatsoever. As you can see, Spurs have no choice but to cash in on unsettled Bale. He's sold for £16 million. Really, just £16 million to Bayern Munich. That's unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. I am totally gobsmacked by that, to be quite frank. That is sensational. So we weren't too far out with our £10 million offer, or £10.5 million offer. But anyway, we have bigger fish to fry. We have a home game in the Champions Cup qualifier. The second leg, as you know, in the first leg, Rodriguez with an audacious goal to give us a 1-0 lead away from home. Hopefully at home we'll be able to shut up shop, keep the game 0-0 for as long as possible, and hopefully score a goal early doors, or just keep the game 0-0. It's going to be a very exciting game. The players are extremely tense, I have to say. It's probably the most tense I've seen the lads since the FA Cup final. They really, really do want to progress in Europe. They know how much it means to the supporters, let alone the club, and let alone to themselves. They really are 100% up for this game. But as I say, they are looking a little bit nervous, a little bit shaky. But hopefully we'll get an early goal to settle the nerves. And as you see, Zaha knocks the ball into Filippo. Filippo knocks it into Eduardo. Eduardo's been playing so magnificently of late. And Eduardo knocks it back into Diame. Diame knocks it into Isco. Isco knocks it into Zaha. Zaha gets into the area. He tries to go for the shot. That's fantastic defending from the Danish. Absolutely brilliant defending. And Diame with a nice piece of skill. Breaks past the defender. Goes for the low shot, and it's just wide. All my days, Diame. Could he be finding his form? Could he be regaining his form? Zaha and Filippo try to interlink with each other there, but you can see the nerves. They're just unsettled. The ball is not moving the same way. Zaha with the ball. Breaks into the box. Sure, he's going to make it 1-0. No, he's hit the post. He's hit the post. Unbelievable. Zaha hit the post. We're going in at half-time with a score. West Ham 0. Aalborg 0. Or Aalborg 0. Do apologise about my Danish pronunciation. It is pretty damn wank. And we came up for the second half, and the Danish are on the attack. Full throttle attack. Knock the ball into their striker. But my God, Jack Butland is there. Makes a great save. And the ball falls to Indy. Indy brings the ball away. And we join it with Filippo. Filippo cuts back inside of his defender. Shapes to shoot. Slots it in the bottom corner after 53 minutes. And that will surely settle the nerves of the West Ham players. And the referee does in fact blow the full-time whistle. And it ends. West Ham 1. Aalborg 0. And as you can see, back in the offers, I have a great many emails to go through just to find out some valuations for players. Thomas Callas is 9.5 million. Stefan, I can't pronounce his second freaking name. Bakken. Ollie John, £19.5 million. That's a huge sum of money. And look at the lad from Inter Milan. Jesus Christ, 23 million. And Lukaku comes to me. I was expecting a bigger role at the club, but all I want to say is he's missed out on 2 games or 1 game since he's joined the club. This season, I should say. I do apologise. This season, he's missed out on 1 game. I'm a little bit shocked and surprised about that. And to be honest with you, we're going to be having a look at the way he plays, because the next episode is going to be concerning Lukaku and him staying. It's going to be a very, very big decision. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you will join me for the next episode, because it's going to be a huge, huge episode. Not in length, but in detail.